this is Ava from Tucson, Arizona. I filmed this film in my kitchen. I'm going to record the process of making liquid dish soap. This time I'm going to use a powder called Camellia oleifera. This is a kind of tea tree. This is tea tree seed powder or tea tree nut powder. Usually people use tea tree nut, then they derive the oil, it's camellia oil. Then they use it, after that they use a remnant of the tea tree nut, then they grind it up. So this is a powder in that form. So I put in the bag. This is Chinese to put the spice to brew in the fragrance liquid in order to cook the beef or pork. So I put that in, then I put in the distilled water, then I brew it for 15 minutes, and this is a result of that. So I'm going to use this instead of the distilled water, and because Camellia oleifera is rich in saponin or saponin, so this is very good to wash the grease of the dish. At the old time, Camellia oleifera or camellia tree is very popular in Asia, like in Taiwan or in Japan, even in China, because at that time when people cannot afford to use a soap, they use this to shampoo their hair or do the dishes, because it's rich in saponin, so it's very good for the environment and is strong enough to get rid of the dish grease. So I checked online. The Camellia oleifera is different from Moringa oleifera. It's two different kind of plant. So I will put the information on my blog. If anyone is interested, you can look online and see that. So this is a remnant of the brewing from the bag. See the bag, and this is a remnant. I plan to use a remnant of the Camellia tea tree powder to put in the bar soap, because it will have very mild cleansing power, in bar soap too. And one time I used this like this form, just like a mud. See that? Like a mud form. I use this when I was shampoo my hair because I want to use them all. I don't want to just throw it away. Then I was really surprised. After I shampoo myself, by the way, the process of washing yourself in this thing, I feel like a mud bath, because you can see your hair and the water flowing down the drain look like a muddy flow. But once you wash yourself clean, and you will feel the hair after I dry it. I usually blow dry it. Then the hair feel really silky. It's about the same effect as using the conditioner. So I really highly recommend this kind of thing, because it's non-toxic, environmental friendly, and moisturizing enough, but also powerful enough to wash the grease from your hair. So today, hopefully, I will record the whole process without any cut, and hope you enjoy this information. Okay, now let's talk about the safety precaution first. Liquid soap making is similar to bar soap making. So the most important thing is safety, safety, safety. So before I start, I will try to get the counter clean as possible, because more space, then you will make less mistake. And also I pre-measure the oil, and I heat up the oil. Then I also prepare 2 immersible blender here. I prepare two because some recipe might go faster. That means saponification might go really fast. Some will go for to an hour. So it's better for two to alternate, so you won't overheat the motor and burn the blender. So usually I prepare two, and so they can have a rest. Then I also prepare the oil and at the right temperature. So cold process liquid soap, you want to heat up the oil to 80 degrees Celsius at most, at least. It can be 80 degrees Celsius to 90 degrees Celsius is okay. And also I will prepare the safety goggle. So this is very important. The soap is successful or fail is not is doesn't matter, but most important, don't hurt yourself. So learn the safety precaution as much as possible. So usually I will also prepare the paper towel and wet it a little bit. So if something splash out during the process, then I feel usually you don't really know. So you have to wear the glasses at all time when you start the process. But when the soap on sponsified soap get on your skin, you will feel itches first. Then later you will feel a little burn and you will get hurt. So if something splat here, then you feel something funny, then I just stop the mixer and just wipe it clean. And if it still doesn't work, then you go to the water and try to rinse it a little more. And some people even suggest that use a vinegar. Hopefully it will neutralize the potassium hydroxide. But I also heard that it doesn't really matter that much if you use a vinegar. But I find out with a slightly damp wet paper towel to wipe it clean, it usually will prevent the further burn from the chemical. And also, I will wear an apron just in case if something get on my my clothing, so you won't ruin the clothing. So, and there is also a rule I learned. Just like you're dealing with a dangerous chemical, first you have to make sure your body is really energetic enough, like you are getting mad or you are tired or you are not feeling well. Even the children are around or the pets inside, you don't want to stop the process, because once the soap making process starts, you want to devote at least an hour to 2 hours. So you can stop from time to time, but you want to make sure you have the really adequate time to work with this soap. And I use this recipe because I do it at least twice before. I find out the process can be really, really fast. And when how I know is saponification is really going well, because I monitor it with a digital thermometer all the time, so I can see the temperature rise really fast. Sometimes it will rise to 100 degrees Celsius. So usually I will get everything prepared, and when I mix it, I will monitor the temperature all the time. And also I use a deeper pot. Like this pot, the oil is about maybe less than 1/3 of the oil is less than 1/3 of the height of the pot. But then I have the liquid ready here, but it's not yet mixed with potassium hydroxide. So after this adding, I still won't expect the liquid level to rise above the half of the pot, because when the saponification go really fast, you will find out the paste will rise up and also send out a lot of steam. So I usually work for the steam. I work in front of the range hood here, and the range hood can vacuum the air out to outdoor. So because potassium hydroxide, when you first mix it in the distilled water, it will release the corrosive steam. So you don't want to smell it because it will burn your tissue in your nose. So this is a precaution I want to mention first. So learn as much the safety rule about soap making as you can. And if you can find more soap making video on the web, I suggest you to watch them all. That's how I learn. So safety first, then later I will start the making of the liquid soap, dish soap I'm going to make. Okay, let me start the process. So this is Camilla oleifera tea I have prepared advanced. So it's cooled down completely. And you don't want to use a warm liquid because once the potassium hydroxide get into the liquid, it will become really, really hot. So I think I should have enough room to work with because see, this is not much potassium hydroxide I will use. So I also get ready the stainless steel big spoon. So I try to combine. Here I goes. So once I mix it in, it will release a lot of steam. So I will turn on my range hood so you will hear the noise. Okay, let's go. Okay, the liquid I think is ready because I want to just check if they are all dissolved. Then I will take the preheated oil and we'll start the process. Potassium hydroxide, once they become liquid, although it will raise up temperature really fast, but they also will go down really, really fast. So you want to start mixing it right away. So you have to really prepare the oil ready in order for them to mix together. Here it comes. And I will start to monitor my temperature now. Okay, then I will start to use my electric blend mixer. So the temperature now is 62, about 62 Celsius. I think my oil go down too much when I was preparing everything, and so I will put on some heat. So I will turn on the heat on the low, then continue to mix. In the process, try as gentle, do not splash. So you don't want to make any splash because the potassium hydroxide is very corrosive. So you want to be sure Stir it as gentle as possible. So I'm heating up it should be, the oil previous I measured was 85 Celsius. So I think the potassium hydroxide liquid was too low. So the temperature now is like 61, so it's too low. So I will continue to heat up until 80. But in the process, I just keep mixing. And when I try to heat up the oil and lye, KOH mixture, I try not to go as high. I usually turn on my range, the stove, range as low, a warm setting. So it won't go too fast, because once it starts to react, if it is too fast, it will be really, really dangerous. But now the temperature is just too low. So 61. I will turn the stove off while the temperature reaches to 80 degrees Celsius. I splash a little bit. Ooh. So I just try to wipe myself. Try as gentle as you can. It seems like I'm not gentle enough, right? Sometimes I pause because even with this kind of stir, it still will mix the oil with potassium hydroxide really, really well. So you don't need to turn the mixer on all the time. But because at this stage, the soap paste is still very liquid. As you can see, it's slightly thickened. So the temperature is now 64 degrees Celsius. So you just have patience with it, because once it goes fast, it can really, really fast. So enjoy it while you can. But I use the machine all the time because I don't really want to overwhelm the muscle in my hands. So you can see it's like more like a thickened, I don't know, ganache? No, a coffee. A very strong coffee. You see, it's slightly thickened. So now, oops. Okay, still the temperature is rising. Oh, it's 65. Once I start the machine, you can see some area becomes so white. That means they are mixing it strongly. Do not pull the mixer too far from the soap mixture, because it will really get really bad flash. So try to, usually I use both hands to control the height. Now it's 70 degrees Celsius. Okay, let me lower the my stove. Because I turn it on low, but now I want to turn it to warm. Just give it enough heat, but not too fast. Too fast, you might feel the reaction will be too strong. Then you might have something else. You know, it might like a volcano rise up. So you don't want that to happen. So it's better to go it slowly. Now temperature is 77. I start to see some steam coming up, so that means it start to really react really well. So the temperature is now 79, okay, 80. So and I will turn off the stove because I don't want any outside heat to make it fast. See, the stove itself really changed a lot, and you still see all the steam coming up, so that means it's still working perfectly. You hear the noise from the mixer is different because it's so thick. Later the mixer won't have any use. Uh-oh, there it goes. Now I just keep on stirring until I cannot stir anymore. You see that? It's harder and harder, but I won't stop until I cannot totally move, like trapped in the quicksand. Oh, it's still there. Yeah. Do you see that? Okay, I think that's the state we want the liquid salt to be in. I wish I can stir some more, but this is, I don't know if you can see the steam. It's not bad, but I wish I can stir some more. It is really magical when you see the soap from liquid form to become like, I don't know, paste. So this is how it becomes. So hopefully, then I will turn it off and just put the lid on. Let me see, where's the lid? Oh, I forgot to prepare my lid. I put the lid on and I put like the bar soap, then I put in the cooler I prepare to keep it warm, and leave it in the cooler for overnight for it to work itself. I find the lid. So let me stop here and I will record later. So I am filming all by myself, so I put the soap with the cover on, then I leave a little bit space between the lid and the pot. So I don't want the water to go in, but I want it to keep warm. Then I cover it. So this is the cooler I prepare for my soap making. Then I just put it. And the saponification process will still go on the whole night. I did not monitor the last stage, but I'm thinking it might be over 90 degrees Celsius. So you just keep in the pot. So now it's winter in Tucson, so indoor. Today's, let me see, can I see it? Today indoor is 67 Fahrenheit, and the humidity is 50%. So this is how I make the liquid soap. So hopefully they will give some other idea how to make liquid soap.